Hello and welcome to the Game Collection Podcast. I'm Matt, head of marketing here at TGC, and I'm joined once again by Jack, who is our social media guru extraordinaire. Jack, how are we doing?
I am good, man. I am good. I am tired. I think I say that on every podcast. I think, what are we? I think
you got a good reason though today. You got a good reason because you pulled a late shift, didn't you?
Yeah, that's probably 4 for 4 on this podcast on me being tired. But yeah, I was up last night on the State of Play, which we'll get to, of course, today. But yeah, other than that, I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's almost the weekend. We've actually recorded this a day later this week because of the State of Play. So yeah, one step closer to the weekend. We're feeling fine. How about you?
One step closer to the weekend, but one fewer day for me. One less day, one fewer day. I should know this. For me to edit said podcast. So this evening is going to be interesting.
Strong.
But yeah, I'm good, man. But because it's been such a busy week and because we haven't had much time, I've not prepared a musical disclaimer. And you know, I wanted to bring it back for this week's episode because you know I figured if you came into the Game Collection Podcast at episode 3 and you listened to the Zelda disclaimer, you might be disappointed if there wasn't one in this one. But yeah, I haven't prepared one. So what I've done in a bid to prove that humans are better than robots, what I've done is I've cheated and I've asked Gemini to come up with one for me. And you know what? I'm going to let you be the judge of whether AI is really at a point where it can beat a human. Anyway, so yeah, what I asked it to come up with a disclaimer jingle set to a popular music theme, and this is what it's come up with. I'm going to try. I'm just going to go for it.
Okay, hang on. Let me just put my seatbelt on. 2 seconds.
This is going to be really high, by the way. So, listeners, if you have delicate ears, I'm truly, truly sorry for what's about to happen. Okay. Well, you can tell by the way we talk and game. We're here to praise or dish out blame. We're talking pixels and epic quests, putting the latest titles to the test. But these are our thoughts, just our own thoughts. Don't get it mixed up with the company we've got. These are our thoughts, they're just own thoughts. These are our thoughts, they're just our own thoughts. Just our own thoughts, just our own thoughts. Just our own thoughts, just our own thoughts. AI is shit, man.
It was higher than I expected. It was once again, it was definitely different to what I expected. I have no notes though. I have no notes, and neither do you, clearly, because you've just used AI to. We'll let the community be the judge of that one. Last week set a bar that an unknown bar. Like I said, we went into last week's pod with I went into last week's pod with zero understanding of what was to unfold in front of my eyes, and at very short notice there, the same thing has occurred, and that first note really shook things up. I don't know what to say. It's not often I'm lost for words.
I think that's absolutely fine. I don't really want to dwell on whatever that was, so let's into the podcast.
Human beings beat AI, essentially.
Physical
that's what you're saying, yeah.
In many ways, I am the embodiment of physical media.
Physical Matt forever.
Physical. Yeah, Robo Matt can
it's a
do
hashtag,
one.
man.
Yeah, Physical Matt forever. Out. Put that on a t-shirt.
I wear it.
Good. That actually, coming from you, that's actually a big compliment because you are a fashionable man. Right, lots to talk about this week. Quite a lot's happened. First of all, we're gonna say happy birthday, Nintendo, the big 136. That's
yep.
Wow. We're not going to really dwell on that because we've done an entire podcast on Nintendo, and if you haven't listened to it, you should listen to that. Episode 3 is in the bag, and yeah. It's stuffed with Nintendo goodness, our thoughts on Switch 2, and like the most recent Direct. So go listen to that if you haven't already. But happy birthday to you, Nintendo. We love you. And yeah, if you want to get the lowdown on what mine and Jack's favorite Nintendo consoles are of all time, go listen to the podcast. And you will. Sorry. Jack.
What can I say? I any opportunity to just say SNES.
SNES. Or SNES. As the Americans call it, as we had confirmed, The SNES.
Yeah, no.
I don't
get
like
out.
it. I don't like it.
Out. Down with this sort of thing.
Down with this sort of thing. Yes, of course, it is TGS week. It's Tokyo Game Show week. We've already had some good buzz coming out of the showcases leading into TGS. And Hideo Kojima, obviously, we had the Kojima Productions live stream earlier in the week. And I pooped myself.
Beyond the Strand, yes. I will say that the first thing I did when I woke up that morning was just Google straight away to see what was revealed, if it was anything like huge. And I mean, I appreciate OD had already been confirmed previously.
Yeah.
But it spoke a lot about my like kind of lack of caffeine that morning, because I jumped on and I was like, brand new reveal, and I was like, that's not a brand new reveal, Jack. Oh no, okay. As I think people rightly told me. But the teaser trailer was very new and very real, and as I'm sure you can attest, unsettling.
Yes, very very much so. There is a reaction. There's a video of me reacting to the trailer in real time. The full version's on our YouTube. There was a cut down version I think I put on the Vertical Video socials. So yeah, go check that out, laugh at it, enjoy my discomfort, if you will. But yeah, as our horror aficionado, Jack, what did you make of the OD trailer?
I thought it was incredible. I thought it looked incredible. I mean, even you said it yourself in your reactions, like, look at those graphics.
So shiny.
Yeah. It was gloriously horrifying. And that table with the candles, and like just the atmosphere, and when the door opens and the figure behind her, and the first thing when I said, as it starts to like appear, and I was like, that thing's massive. Like, it looked huge. Like, it looked like, yeah.
The audio as well, like the squelch of the footsteps.
Yeah, you felt everything. It was a sensory overload. You felt everything going on in that trailer. And yeah, I'm in. And I don't own an Xbox. But if that, I'm guessing or hoping it'll be a timed exclusive.
I mean, their strategy is to put their games everywhere these days. So
we'll take it on this. Honestly,
yeah.
on this occasion, I am so down. If not, I'm prepared to buy an Xbox for that.
Interesting. Wow, that's a big shout. That is.
Yeah.
I was going to say, actually, this is definitely a subject for a different podcast, like analyzing Microsoft's let's just abandon console exclusivity strategy. But like, it's really really interesting because you do that when you don't necessarily. Well, I hypothesized in a previous podcast that you do that when you don't necessarily have the killer apps to really sell consoles individually. But like, interesting that OD would be a console, like a killer app for you, a console seller.
I need that game in my life.
Yeah. To be fair, I
need to know more though. I need to know more. Like that for me was such a brilliant, like, just a tease. I know that's exactly what it's supposed to do, but I need to know more. I need more.
I mean, speaking about games that sold consoles, like the amount that PS4 consoles with PT on them were going for on eBay, like, and the PT vibes was so strong. Like that, the opening, I remember vividly because I watched my own reaction video of that again the other day, which you have also seen now and laughed at my misery.
Enjoyed.
The opening to that sees you walk through a doorway into a house. Outside is pouring with rain. Everything's creaky, and then there's a baby's cry in the background. So like, the PT, the parallels between PT and OD were very very strong. And I have to say, and I said this in the reactions video, that now I'm a dad, baby cries in video games just hit different, man. Like, it's deeply unsettling and triggering, and like, I'm just, yeah. that game's gonna F me up.
For different reasons, if your little boy Maximus is not feeling too good or whatever, and you've just got him down, and it's like 2 a.m. and you're just drifting off, and then there comes the cry in the distance.
Yep.
Lovely.
The struggle is real.
Yeah. As I've spoken to you about on many occasions since you've become a father, in truth, you are a very sleep deprived man.
It's getting better. It's getting better. And then OD will come along and ruin my nights once again with its hellish visions, I'm sure.
As D-Ream once said, things can only get better.
Now, good stuff.
I challenge you for maybe not the next pod, that's a bit unfair, for one of the future pods for you to drop a jingle to D-Ream's Things Can Only Get Better. I need that to kick things off in my life.
Okay. Oh, well, it's going to have to come in the next 2 months because by the time we get into December, they're all going to be set to Christmas tunes. So,
Okay, fair.
Well, spoiler alert, Game Collection Christmas EP. It's in the works already.
Oh, wow.
I've put that out there now. I've got to deliver.
Yeah, once again, for the record collectors, Matt's dropped something new, which I have absolutely no knowledge of whatsoever. So we're a team, but sometimes the stuff that just comes at you in these pods is all just...
Life comes at you fast, Jack.
From the mind of Matt.
I've got sour news for you, Jack. Life comes at you fast. Yes.
I'm experiencing it every week with you on these pods. Like it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
It is indeed.
Much like that OD trailer. So yeah, it's good to see Kojima back in Horrorland. Of course, you're sleep deprived because State of Play was obviously last night. We did this with the Nintendo Direct. What would you rate that? It was quite a short show. What, 35, 40 minutes? What would you rate it out of 10?
35 minutes. 7. I think 7 would be... I think it started very strongly with Saros, which we knew was going to be in there, which was confirmed pre-show. I thought that looked fantastic. As a number of our community have rightly pointed out on the post that we did around it at the time, like it does just look like Returnal reskinned. But in no way is that a bad thing. I mean, Returnal is one of the best games on PS5. And yeah, I mean, so from that perspective, it depends. If in my opinion, if you're a fan of Returnal, you're going to play Saros. If you're not a fan of those kinds of games where you have to die a million times, then it's not going to be for you anyway. So, so I thought it started incredibly well, and of course, the God of War trailer came. The God of War controller, appeared on my screen, and I was like, "Here it is, Kratos is coming. Yeah, this is it. This is how we're going to finish. Oh my god!" And then obviously it was blatantly clear that it wasn't Kratos in the next trailer, but for all of like 3 or 4 seconds, and then like
you were on cloud 9,
and I'm like, all right, do you know what? Yeah, so it was bookended with brilliance.
Yeah.
In the middle for me was pretty weak. I was kind of hoping for a lot more in truth. But yeah, I give it a 7, an IGN 7.
An IGN 7, yeah, I'd give it an IGN 7, which is to say I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay.
So I think we'll get to the end in a bit. That did some heavy lifting for me, I think. It was short, it was sweet, it was fine. And then the end, and then we got the end. Like for me, it was a 5 to a 6, and then the end was like a 7.5. Rad, and I want, and that's good. I want to see more of that. There's gonna be a dedicated State of Play for that, where it's just like that's a 9, and then I'm gonna pre-order the hell out of that. But yeah, Saros looks great. I don't, as I've mentioned, I think on a previous podcast, I'm not personally the biggest fan of Souls-likes. I don't like. It's the same reason, I really appreciate and really enjoyed Gears of War back in the day playing with friends, but that style of third-person shooter is less appealing to me than like Vanquish, for example, or indeed Housemarque stuff, which is kind of like, yeah, to me it's like, it's sort of Metroid meets Vanquish in a weird way, but not quite as good as Metroid, obviously, because Metroid is I was about to say Metroid is king, but Metroid is queen. Samus is the best. But from a combat perspective, it's so slick. And obviously Housemarque are experts when it comes to shmups, when it comes to shoot 'em ups, that really, really, really lots of things coming at you all at once. But you've got the skills, the abilities, or tools rather, the abilities, and like the precision in control to sort of directly combat that. I like the damage absorbing shield. That's really cool. I also like the like the last 15-20 seconds of the trailer showed that it wasn't all going to be Sam Sparrow. It wasn't all just black and gold. There was a bit of color in there as well. So I'm hyped for that. I really enjoyed Returnal. I sucked at it because I suck at games these days. So I don't have time to be good.
No.
But I'm excited for Saros. I think Housemarque continue to go from like strength to strength, and good title for him. Deus Ex was another highlight for me. I'm sad that we're not getting the full remake treatment. To me, that's a game that deserves it, right? Like it's the granddaddy of the immersive sim. It's so good. Just remake it. Like
25 years, man.
It deserves it. It deserves it. There are so many modern games that owe everything to Deus Ex, and it's like, but Aspyr do great remasters. I think between them and Night Dive, you've got folks flying the flags for really, really, really good classic remasters and making sure those classics are playable for new generations. So I don't mind it.
They've definitely got that rep by now, haven't they? Like you see Aspyr or Night Dive, as you say, against the game. You're like, do you know what? That's going to be strong. Like I'm not worried about that. Like I think that's going to be great. Like The Thing, obviously Tomb Raider,
Knights of the Old Republic. Like they've done God knows how many ports for that. But it's like I like the fact those guys managed to remaster in a way that takes those. It's like Night Dive's System Shock remake did this phenomenally well. It takes the game that you remember, and that's the game they create, in a sense, because like everything's tuned up, right?
Sorry.
I was just going to say, everything's tuned up right. So if you go, like we've talked about this before, like you go back and you play the original, it looks and it runs kind of like arse, because you've had 20, 25, 30 years of game design progression and technological improvements. They remaster in a way that sort of like it respects the classic design, obviously. But like the lighting's a bit better, the sound's been cleaned up, everything, the shading and the shadow, it pops in the way that your memory remembers it, not in the way it necessarily was, and that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Very well put, actually. Yeah, I like that. It gives it the lick of paint that you, as you say, like when I fired up Mario 64 on the Wii U Virtual Console after like years of not playing it, I genuinely felt like I'd been deceived my whole life. I was like, there's no way. This is not the game that I remember. But it was. But I was going to say, System Shock, that dropped when you were at Play On, right? I'm sure I remember, like, before we were friends and colleagues, and we used to attend events, and you would gleefully present on titles in front of us. Little did we know that in years to come, we'd be doing this.
We hoped.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, no, System Shock was really, really, really good. Looking forward to, I want to see what happens with 2. Because that's the GOAT, man. Like, in the same way, similar seminal kind of game to Deus Ex. But yeah, Night Dive and Aspyr, they both do phenomenal work. Let's talk about the big, spiky, angry Wolverine in the room.
He's behind you.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to end it. As you quite rightly said earlier on, it just saved the show, and for me, it just kind of just felt like anything I'd seen before was forgotten about. Like, yeah, cool, okay, that's fine. Boom. As soon as those claws came through that guy's chest, it's like, oh yeah, all right then.
And then the uppercut into the face.
I mean, yeah, that for me, like, and again, I've spoken to a few of our community today, just like really pleased that the level of gore included in an Insomniac game. Like, we've gone from Ratchet and Clank to this guy getting
to give me your face.
Like, it.
Yes.
Like, just incredible. I know it's been a long time coming. We've been, disappointed on numerous state of plays in the past, hoping that this was going to be the time. I didn't pick up on this until somebody mentioned it earlier on. At some point, I'm sure it says in the trailer that it was like spring. It says mentions about a spring drop rather than about fall, which may have suggested that this was originally maybe footage that was done previously. I'd need to be honest with you, since I saw that tweet, I've not actually gone back to check, so that may not be true. But somebody did pick up that it said somewhere in the trailer about spring. So I'm guessing things have shifted around a little bit, and obviously it has been a while. I mean, when was Wolverine revealed originally? Can you remember?
It's a couple of years back.
1987. yeah. No, it was
before I was born.
Yeah, predates me, but not you. No laugh. Okay, sorry. That midlife crisis is here. But yeah, it looks amazing. The trailer was just full of absolute fire. Like the on a bike, man, just flying through the sky. There's guns going off. There's people getting their faces sliced open. There's just
it's good times. It was good times, and like
you?
some really nice cameos in there, like Omega Red for the Marvel nerds. Mystique obviously made an appearance. We've got a Sentinel in the rubble. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Classic suit.
Big end to the trailer.
Yeah, like it was absolutely. It was straight fire. And I think, did you ever play the X-Men Origins Wolverine film tie-in?
No, I did not.
So that film, weirdly, actually, I have a bit of a soft spot for that film. It's complete bobbins. It's like a 1 star out of 5 film. It does bad things to Marvel lore, and it completely ruins Deadpool. Although it is why we all wanted for Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds to actually get a good treatment later down the line. So, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe it came good in the end. But the point is, the game tie-in was phenomenal. So the film 12A, obviously Jackman's great in it because he always is. But it was a bit. It was a nonsense film. It was a completely nonsense film. The game 18 rated, just full claws out. Blood everywhere, hack and slash, brilliance, real big dumb fun, big dumb angry hairy Wolverine fun, and like it's weird. It looks like that game had a baby with the mechanics underpinning Spider-Man, and now we have this, and I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it.
That sounds fire. And yeah, sounds like that walked, so this could run then. Well, we say that we haven't played it yet. But look, it's Insomniac. Like, it'll be great. Like it'll be great.
It'll be great.
Yeah. I mean, both Spider-Man games. Look, two wasn't as good as 1 for me. But I will still say that I got the platinum. I still put like many hours into that game and really, really enjoyed it. I think I just found perhaps the 100% completion on Spider-Man 2 a little bit more tiresome, a little bit less fun to grind through than the first. But yeah, still for me, still like a 9.5 out of 10, probably. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think they're certainly up there. One of the things I loved about when they brought Spider-Man back, because obviously it was the reason that we all loved Spider-Man 2 back in the day, is that it completely nailed traversal. And I think it's one of the most, bit of a sidebar, but it's one of the most important things whenever it comes to an open world game, is just, if you're going to make a sandbox, or if you're going to make a large open world, getting around it has to be fun. Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man's movement is his traversal, such an important part of the character. Like, you have to nail that. But that's what was beautiful about Spider-Man 2 back in the day, and Insomniac, captured it again. Just web slinging your way around New York is just, you can do that for hours. It's why Assassin's Creed, when it first came out, was so like revolutionary, because that first game is just full of fetch quests and collecting hundreds of feathers and nonsense. But I remember when it first came out, and like we were just parkouring over rooftops and passing the controller back and forth, and just being like, "This is unbelievable."
Just had the urge to just scream parkour. Then
parkour
like in the office, the American office, parkour. But no, we can't skip past this segment without now talking about Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, which for me is probably one of the greatest games ever. It's the best
GameCube for me.
Yeah, well, okay. It's the best Spider-Man game for me. Even now, like, don't get me wrong, I'd imagine like the years not been amazingly kind to it, much like we were just talking about. But yeah, I spent hours talking about traversal and enjoying the like just moving around the city, as you say, in an open world setting. I spent hours just delivering pizza, like on that game. Like do you know what I mean? It was like you could just deliver pizza, like,
It's
and
just
that was
great.
fun.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hell yeah. So what an incredible game. Like that was one of the few games I think as a kid that like properly blew my mind, because I was just so invested in trying to get everything, all the skyscraper tokens, the hideout tokens, everything. It was just such an all-round fun game to just plow hours into. And as you say, even when it was done, just swing around the city. Swing around the city, like this, immense.
Yeah, that sense of freedom, man. It was just that's the best open world games have. Even some of the mediocre ones. Like, did you ever play Prototype on like the 360? It's like 360 PS3 era. And like Prototype, you're playing like an anti-superhero. So it's basically like your Venom.
Okay.
And you've got like tentacular superpower things, and you're basically the villain of the piece, and you can just, obviously it's an 18 rated game, you just swoop down and it's like straight up like slaughter Manhattanites, or I don't know if it's actually set in New York. But one of the things you can do is, as you're swinging around Spider-Man-esque fashion, or like you can kind of just like sort of like hang glide using your tendrils to sort of like float through the air. But like if you ever want to get down to the ground quickly, you basically just do like a death dive and then use a pedestrian as like a human shield / surfboard, and then you just surf their corpse down the street. It's real messed up.
Well, he shouldn't have been standing there. So
exactly. But it's memorable traversal in video games.
That does sound fire, to be fair. I'm unfamiliar, but I am keen to now go to YouTube after this pod and have a look at people diving and using pedestrians as surfboards.
Yeah, the first one was really good. The second one less so, but it's like Crackdown, but from hell.
Okay,
I really enjoyed it. It's really good after like a stressful day, and you just like, I just want to play something cathartic. Come in, you
mind numbing. I got you. Yeah, not too much thought required. I'm just gonna go mash some buttons, take up my frustration of the day on some innocent bystanders.
I realize that whole segment probably makes me sound slightly psychotic, but you know.
I mean, I'd be, honestly, if you think that's the issue when you've been dropping jingles like you have, then really, I think people are well aware of what's going on right now.
If you're still listening, thank you. We really appreciate you.
And thank you. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Oh, so yeah, good state of play. I'm interested to sort of see what comes out later on in the week. There's because obviously we're recording this on a Thursday. There's obviously quite an exciting video presentation coming up over the weekend, isn't there?
Well, let's hope that we see Leon.
He's been whispering Leon all week. Come on, Leon.
Just drop Leon, man. Like, just please. No, look, even if Leon wasn't to be revealed, like I'm still like just mad hyped for Resi. Like I am. Like I really liked I loved what we played at Gamescom. It terrified me, but I thought Grace Ashcroft was really cool. I think she's a really cool character. I loved, the very brief introduction we got. That 30-minute demo was horrifying in all of the best ways. So if we don't get Leon, we don't get Leon, right? That's fine. Like, but I've got some like epic Leon Kennedy memes to post on our social channels, like that I've found, and I really, really, really just want to post them. So, Capcom, just do the right thing.
Do it, Capcom, for Jack's memes.
We can't go back to Raccoon City and Leon Kennedy not be there. Like, I mean, besides, after Summer Game Fest last year, I mean, that's the reason why I now have like many more trust issues than I had originally. It was just, what a genius reveal. And that I think was the first time in a long time at Summer Game Fest when that dropped, where I was genuinely excited by this industry again. It felt like it felt like, a reveal of old. There was no leaks on. I remember Jeff Keighley posting about it just afterwards and saying, like, we were checking Twitter feeds, and there was just like, or checking social media, and there was like nothing on Resident Evil Requiem. It was like, it was kept like watertight until that moment. And
it's so
in today's
rare,
world,
isn't it? It's so rare.
Exactly, man. Like, I sometimes go back on and just watch the reveal of God of War, like, and just long for that feeling again, where it was like, as it's happening. Just epic. So I'm really, really hyped. But yeah, I just want to leave on.
It's so hard to do as someone like, because I've worked publisher side as well. Like, and you see the work that goes into those moments, and it's fundamentally demoralizing, deflating. And you can feel it in the fan base as well. It's really interesting watching those conversations take place online where you've got folks turning around and being like, just stop with the leaks, or like sometimes blaming games media for reporting on them. And it's just like, there's an element of, especially in entertainment, there's like, we want the big marketing moment sometimes. Like,
of course.
I want to be surprised and delighted. And actually, because yes, you're trying to sell me something, but I love this thing. So shut up and take my money. And allow me the surprise, allow me the delight. I want the theater, I want the big reveal. And I think, especially, you're absolutely right. It's really, a lot of companies don't bother now, and don't really necessarily even try, because it's so deflating, and you can put so much money into it, and things get wound up so tight. And all it takes is one little leak, and it's just like,
that thing spreads like wildfire. So I mean, let's just see what happens for the rest of Tokyo Game Show. But I think it's quite clever. Look, it may be coincidental, but the idea that, the pack shots that we got for Resi, it says blatantly it's not a final pack shot. It's just the black cover with the logo. But it's like, if the official UK distributor is sending those assets over to us to list, and that's what they're being given, like, why are they pushing it, like, for the matter of a couple of weeks? It's like, no. This is all done with reason, because on that cover, man, is going to be something sweet, and it ain't going to be just Grace Ashcroft, like, I hope. So it all adds to the hype, and
it does.
Yeah. So we move.
I love this, man. I love what Resi does to you. It just excites you in a way that very few things do. As
our colleague Darren said to me at Gamescom with a very straight face when I responded to him on something which I can't recall. And he's looked at me and he just said, "You're quite joyless, aren't you, Jack?" And I was like, yeah, I am. Yeah. But when it comes to Resi, as you can see, I'm very joyful. Like
that, and seeing physical media out in the wild. We love it.
Yeah, we do.
We love it. Send in your pics. We love seeing them. We love Sunday shelfies give me life, honestly. Like, it's just also inspiration. As we've discussed before, like, keep sending them, because it's given us ideas of how to spend money we don't have.
Absolutely. And once again, just know that if you have sent in a Sunday shelfie and it hasn't been featured yet, like, hope is not lost. I still have emails to go through from like as far back as July on our Sunday Shelfie series. So please keep them coming. Rest assured, if you have submitted and you haven't been featured yet, there is still a very good chance. It's just, we've got an absolute ton of photos of physical media.
Yeah, we do. We are sort of, we're talking about more ways that we can get you guys involved, get the community involved. So watch this space. There's going to be more stuff coming soon. We'd love to get a little mailbox section, or like mailbag section in for the podcast. That'd be quite cool. Although you already sent your questions in, and we're going to get to those just shortly. We've got the blog live again. Definitely want to do something there in terms of like guest articles, encourage folks to share their opinions, drop some reward points for those who do, obviously. Find more ways to get you guys involved and your voices heard, etc. Thank you so much to everyone sending in your shelfies and just taking pics of orders when they arrive. Like, we love seeing that. The game collected. it's
yeah.
keep tweeting those, keep sending those, because we love to see them. I mentioned questions. Should we get into some community questions? Let's get into some community questions.
Why the hell not?
So first up, a good one to kick us off. Loved this when I saw it. This one coming in from Tony Coffee. What's a game everyone seemed to love but you hate? Or alternatively, the opposite. A hated game you swear is actually misunderstood. And Tony goes on to say, if I gave my opinions of Bloodborne, I'd probably be run off the internet. Love the site and the social media channels, by the way. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, again, as somebody that spends a lot of time on Twitter on a daily basis, I speak to Tony regularly. Again, one of our most engaging customers. We really appreciate you, Tony. Thanks for everything that you do in terms of just chipping in, commenting. It means a lot to us. So, and for that question, I'm going to take the alternative route, and I'm going to go a game that was, I think, panned. I say, like, hated is a very strong word. I don't think it was hated. I would like to say that I think it was misunderstood, or that it just didn't really get the love that I had for it. Was the Callisto Protocol. I actually loved Callisto. Once I got used to the mechanics, the dodge mechanics, and the way to play that game. Again, I know survival horror, amazing, absolutely loved it, and it was. I think the reviews weren't amazing, as I recall. Obviously, Glenn Schofield, Striking Distance, wasn't it? It was Striking Distance. And obviously, we previously worked on Dead Space. It had really great Dead Space vibes. And I believe that he was given... I remember it being that he was told he had time to really perfect it, and then it was launching as was. I think he had like sequels planned and all sorts in the pipeline, and ultimately I think he was left a little bit shortchanged by that whole process. And I will say that in spite of that, it did have some glitches, it did have a few bugs. For me, I absolutely loved it. It was a real grind, a really difficult game in certain parts with certain boss battles, which had me like tearing my hair out. And it was just, unsettling, epic. Loved it. Loved Callisto Protocol. What about you?
Nice. I mean, I think I've gone on record a number of times now saying that I want to love them, but I really struggle with the Souls games. I managed to get 10 hours into Elden Ring, and then I was just like, nah. I'm just not good enough. I'm just not good enough.
Get good.
I don't have time, man. But also, like, I don't know. I struggle with it. Like the vibes, there's so much to play these days. And I love that people love them. And I wish I could. I wish I could love them. But they really, really, really frustrate me. But on the flip side, this is going to open up accusations just having absolutely no taste at all, and I completely acknowledge this. So, Army of Two is a series that was widely panned. The first game was okay, but by the time it got to 3, which I think it's called the Devil's Cartel, it was getting like 2s and 3s out of 10. They are really, really, really mid third-person shooter games. But for me, they came along at a time of life when I was living with my best mates, and you could play them in couch co-op, and like they have this mechanic at the heart of them that I still think is quite cool. It's called I think it's called the heat meter, basically. And basically, the more aggressive you are, the more enemies will turn to you and take the heat off of your teammates. So you'll attract all the heat, and you can kind of set yourself up. So there's a customization element to the game where you can like bling your armor and your weapons, like literally gold plate a minigun, which will attract loads of heat automatically. So you can set yourselves up. So like, if like me, you are not very good at being precise, but like you can just bowl in as the decoy tank, just with like a gold-plated minigun and like gold-plated full body armor and shit, and just attract all the attention while your much sneakier, more precise mate just sneaks around the outside and just caps everybody in the head. Amazing. Like, So those games are quite bad. The Devil's Cartel is real rubbish. Like it's real janky, but still completed it.
I will say you had me at gold-plated minigun. In truth,
Oh, it's
no game can be a 2 or a
awesome.
3 out of 10 when it's got a gold-plated minigun.
The thing is, there's no excuse to have been playing them really, because like you had 3 Gears of War games on that platform. There were so many. It's like the heyday of the third-person shooter, and yet here we are running through. But like you could also do these, like I think on the D-pad you had these commands to sort of do like bro-tacular kind of fist bumps or like air guitar and shit to try and attract enemy attention. Like it's just dreadful games. There's one like celebration animation which basically like because there's a big fat chunky one who's just like the heavy, and then there's a thinner scrawnier one, and the thinner scrawnier one goes, "Ladies, lift your shirts," and just plays his machine gun like a guitar. And I'm just like, who wrote this? Why have I been playing it for 10 hours? That was it, man. Like Domino's Pizza and 10 hours of one of the worst third-person shooters you'll ever play. What a time to be alive.
It's the memories. Like you're absolutely right. You've just reminded me of how in sixth form, we would sometimes skip lessons and play Worms in the sixth form common room. Like, and just not go to lessons and just sit there and play Worms, man. Like it was, of course, absolute classic, but just again the simplicity and the memory of that, just being like, because even then, back then, it was retro, and like so just good times with mates. That's where so many memories are attached to when it comes to video games, right? As you mentioned there, like living with friends, Domino's Pizza, playing absolutely mid games, but with the best memories attached.
It's like Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors 3 it's getting a remaster for some weird. Yep. I don't really understand that. I loved Origins, by the way, earlier this year, but like that brought back some memories of playing like 3, 4, and possibly 5, and it was one of those games that you don't. Until you run into someone like Lu Bu, who just destroys you because he's just a straight up badass. You're just mowing down hundreds of people. It's real mindless. But it was one of those things where you could like catch up with a mate while playing a video game. You didn't have to concentrate very hard.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You're playing this incredibly mid experience, but you're also feeling like a badass and spending time with your mates. So
and enjoying it. Yeah, no, for sure.
Love that. Thank you, Tony. Great question. On a similar vein, and we kind of touched on one or two that I might mention, to be fair. Iron Brew Steve. I haven't had an Iron Brew in so long, man.
Iron Brew.
I'd
like an Iron Brew now, to be honest.
I could go for an Iron Brew. Iron Brew. What's your recommended sleeper game? A game you really enjoyed, but don't reckon anyone else has played?
Again, like it's a tough one because I know people will have played this game. It's not so much that. For me, this question, when I think about these things, I go back to like my childhood and stuff, and just really try and dig in. And in the past, when I post about N64 on our channels, we get lots of submissions. For some reason, what came back to me today was Mission Impossible on the N64, which I thought I remember feeling like it was amazing. Like and I just never ever gets mentioned. Like nobody ever drops like Mission Impossible on any of the posts that we talk about N64. Or, to be fair, I don't think I have, or maybe I have once. But yeah, that came back to me today. It was like I remember loving that game on 64, man, and nobody really seems to talk about it now. So I'm gonna go on YouTube after and just take a look at it and see, probably, and be very disappointed, because once again it'll be like there's no way it looked like that. But yeah, that again, what these questions do for me is really just unlock some cool stuff from the past, man. Like, so
I love it.
So
yeah, that was a great game. There are a few on N64 actually, like. Because I think you think about underrated gems on the N64, and a lot of people will say something like Blast Core, which was awesome. Is it Jet Force Gemini or Jet Set Gemini? There's Rare's third-person spacey shooter. So obscure, I can't even remember the name of it.
I can't remember. I do not wish to say and be wrong.
Yeah, but like, yeah, some great stuff. I'm gonna go with a game from the 360 era.
Okay.
It's called Singularity.
Not familiar.
Basically, it was like, let's take the best elements of a bunch of the best first-person shooters and just put them all in like a greatest hits game. So I couldn't even tell you what the story's about. I just remember that like it nicks the gravity gun from like Half-Life 2. It's got dual wielding in it. There's some like time stuff. You can create I think you can create like black holes and shit. It's real. I just remember really enjoying all the bits of it. And then like, yeah, it wasn't afraid to just sort of move on. So I was just like, okay, cool. Yeah, you've had 2 hours of gravity gun. Next. So yeah, really like Singularity. And I think one other pick I'd have is on the Game Boy, Final Fantasy Legends. And they're not really Final Fantasy games, but because I didn't have a gaming PC and I didn't have a PlayStation, and I was really jealous of all the Final Fantasy stuff that people on PC and PlayStation were getting to enjoy. On the GameCube, they had, I think they're part of the Saga series in Japan. These spin-offs called Final Fantasy Legends 1, 2, and 3, and then Final Fantasy Adventure, which is actually a secret mana game, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Which played a bit like Link's Awakening. Those games, Final Fantasy Legend 2, which I remember had a blue label on the cart, I absolutely adored. It was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, let me know if you're listening to this and you've played those games, and we can commiserate as like probably the only 10 people on the planet.
That's what this is about, man, bringing the community together. But you just, as you mentioned Final Fantasy there, you were saying about Souls-likes earlier and how you put 10 hours into Elden Ring and you just sometimes you realize, time is precious when it comes to gaming as you get older. So you really do have to play what you enjoy. But that for me is the same reason why I stay away from RPGs mainly. Granted, because a lot of them are like, big games. But yeah, I don't want to have to be able to like feed my character and just like I just don't want any of that, man. Like, it's not, life is too short. So
life is too short for inventory management.
Yeah, it spins me out. I'm very easily flustered. Okay, I see the menu and I'm like, let's play Time Splitters 2. So yeah, that's why I get it. Is what I was meaning to say to you earlier. Sometimes you can put some time in, and no matter how good a game is, you can have the respect for a game that it deserves. Why is it just not being your bag, right?
Yeah, 100%. But I think this is why we have that sort of hopefully approachable and accessible outlook on all our channels. It's kind of like, whatever you're playing, if you're playing, that's the best, right? Like, as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter what you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're hardcore. It doesn't matter if you're a casual. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're playing games on whatever platform, whatever genre, and you're having fun, you're doing it
on
right.
Whatever difficulty. Like, just
absolutely.
Yeah, and if you like hunting for trophies, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you don't like hunting for trophies, that's awesome. It's fine. I see sometimes people jumping on and just being like, oh, trophy hunting like ruins gaming, this, that, the other, and having, which is, it's their opinion. That's fine. But yeah, it's like people like the 100% things. Like, that's cool. If you don't and it bothers you too, like, that's cool. But then, yeah, I suppose that defeats the point of me bringing it up in the first place. Because if it bothers you and I've just said, that's cool. So shut up, Jack.
I never understood that. Like, it doesn't, if you don't like trophies or you don't like achievements, like, it's fine. You can actually, you can physically turn off the notifications. Like, just, you don't chase them, but they provide plenty of engagement and longevity for a whole bunch of other people. So yeah, I think as if you're having fun, you're doing it right. That's it.
I mean, I think I've probably platinum maybe only like 10 or 11 games, like, in my life.
Fewer for me. I can probably count them
but
on
like,
one hand.
but that's, it has to be a game that I just genuinely have connected with and just love playing. And when that happens, I actually just get a lot of joy out of 100% it. Like it's just that grind becomes, even the parts, even the, like the frustrating parts, you kind of almost accept and deal with, because it's all about the greater good. Hot Fuzz.
The greater good.
The greater good. Yeah.
I think for me, for so long, there was a point where I had like 7 or 8 games on the go at once. And I'm just like, I've just got to finish one, because I have a real issue with genuinely just getting to the end of a game. Not even not platinuming or anything like that, or 100%ing, just getting to the end of like the storyline. because I do play a lot of big games, right? And I get sidetracked and I wander off, and like, yeah, and you're just like, well,
and I wander off.
I need to explore every part of this cave. And it's easy to get, I think, especially in open world games or more expansive RPGs, as you say, like, it's easy to get bogged down in a lot of, sometimes you've got to remind yourself to get back on the main path and be like, just finish the main story so we can say we finished the main story. But yeah. However you're gaming, if you're gaming and you're having fun, you're doing it right. And if you got love for games, as I always like to say, if you got love for games, we got love for you. Come, talk about it. Drop a comment on our social channels. We love it. We love to see it. Slight change of tack here. Game F8 has said many games have made it to the big screen. If you could pick one game to make an epic movie from, what would it be, and why would it star Chris Pratt and Jack Black?
For me, hear me out. Lilac Wars in like a Star Wars like setting. Can you imagine a big budget movie with really sick animations? I refuse to let Chris Pratt or Jack Black anywhere near my Lilac Wars set. Like, you're not allowed. No, get out. But or like, I don't know, like make him like Uncle Andros or something. Make him Uncle Andros. And, that was one of the guys from Star Wolf, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Andros told us to take you down. Oh man, like, yeah.
I'd watch a Lilac Wars movie, 100%.
Yeah. In fact, I take it back. Maybe we'd make Chris Pratt, I don't know, like Slippy or something, that really, really, really annoying Toad. And yeah.
Still, like, it's Top Gun in space with like Slippy Toads join the academy, but he's like, he's getting picked on and everything. And then Fox is just there, and like Falco's like Iceman sort of thing. Like, it's I can see it. And Peppy's just like there, just dishing out of a do barrel roll, and like it's just
you're supposed to get through.
Yeah, I'd watch the hell out of that.
You're in, yeah? Okay, good.
I'm in.
I'll submit my proposal to the studio.
I love it. Oh man, I don't even know what I'd do. I'm so rubbish, man. I don't even know what I'd do for this one. I'd like to see, like, because some have been absolute rubbish, right? Like, I didn't think. I mean, Borderlands we don't really talk about.
Prince of Persia wasn't
Prince of Persia. Persia was so bad. Like, everyone's allowed one bad film or like one mediocre, instantly forgettable film, and Assassin's Creed is probably Fassbender's.
We like Michael Fassbender though. Solid actor.
Yeah, he's a brilliant actor. What's he doing in that film? I quite like. Do you know what though? I quite like both versions of. I like Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider, and I like Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider as well.
I hold my hands up and say I have not seen Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider, but I did.
It's new Lara versus classic Lara, so it's the Crystal Dynamics Lara. Well, modern Crystal Dynamics Lara. But I mean, she does a really good job.
I thought both Tomb Raider films with Angelina Jolie were epic, man. Like, the first one especially, like, it's fantastic. Like, it just is. Like, it's you check it on now, and it's just kind of just kick back, relax, and not too much you have to focus on. It's just a great ride.
It's just a great ride. It's like, it's not as good as, like, they're not as good as The Mummy 1 and 2, but it's that same kind of vibe of like, oh yeah, this
Very
is on.
much so.
This is on, and I'm now I'm here for all of it. Like, doesn't matter how far through it is. Yep, I'm watching it.
Yeah, definitely. And shout out, actually, like both of those Mummy films, by the way. Like, yeah, Mummy and the Mummy Returns,
Great films.
just golden. Yeah.
I'm really, really excited for the next Mortal Kombat film.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so up for that. I wish they'd done. The series isn't very good. I wish they'd done a film of Halo.
I heard nothing but bad things about the series of Halo.
Series,
I didn't watch.
Don't take his helmet off. You don't. It doesn't need. And that's again. I think that's why it would have made for a better film.
Okay.
Because you need to pad out a TV series, even ones in the streaming era where it's 10 episodes or whatever. Like, you need character development, and it's quite hard to relate to a character that never reveals their face. But like, there's the amount of political intrigue in that shit though. Like, make it a movie and just do a straight up kind of, or like you could parody it slightly and Starship Troopers it a bit. I don't know.
Oh. So just to save you here, then, would your answer to this question be you just make a Halo movie?
I don't know. I'd Halo, probably. Do you know what? Actually, a kids movie featuring Astrobot would be amazing.
Oh yes, sold. I will be there.
Do you know what? That's what I'm going to go the Pixar route. Pixar / Peak DreamWorks and go Astrobot.
Can't believe you haven't called me the guy from Up with these glasses on, by the way. So if we're Pixaring it up,
Valtteri Bottas meets the guy from Up.
Now that's a movie.
That's a movie.
Absolute cinema.
But yes, we're not letting Chris Pratt I was about to say I like Jack Black. I like him a lot less these days.
You don't like Jack Black. You don't like Jack Black.
I used to, man. I watched The Holiday every year at Christmas.
I've never seen The Holiday.
Yes, but as we've established on this podcast, you don't like Joy.
I don't.
Whereas I am an absolute sucker for good rom-coms and classic rom-coms. So yeah,
I see. Honestly, like I'm amazed we're on rom-coms in a gaming podcast, but like you know what? Just give me 4 Weddings and a Funeral and
Four Weddings and Notting Hill are goated. When Harry Met Sally is top 3 for me films of all time. Genuinely,
genius.
Nora Ephron and Rob Reiner together, genius. Just magic.
I have no notes.
Brilliant. But yeah, Chris Pratt, Jack Black. Nowhere near our gaming adaptations, please.
Get out.
2 questions left. So Vinler asks, you win 150 million on the Euro Millions. Yes, please. that's it. Just yes, please. Which video game character are you hiring to be your security?
Okay, so I thought about this, and I thought about like boss battles or just characters that were really tough. Yeah, but mainly like boss battles that caused me to, like, I don't know. Between these 2 that I'm going to mention, I've probably lost 10 years of my life in stress. Sigrun from God of War, which was the final Valkyrie Queen in God of War 2018. I actually I have like a vivid memory of me like screaming, like rip her wings off when it finally went into that. You know, when you finally get her health down to the point where Kratos just like tears the Queen apart, and I'm stood in my room like rip her wings off. like she caused me I sleepless nights. I would go to bed and I was like, another night where I haven't killed her. Like she just won't die. And then of course I met Gunnar in God of War Ragnarok, which was the final battle, final queen in that. So yeah, if I've got 150 million in the bank and I've got security on the door, I'm getting Sigrun and Ogna together, and nobody's getting my money. Nobody. How about you?
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Genius picks. And I like how your personal trauma has fed into that. Like, you've tested them. You know their battle ready.
They tested me.
They tested you. I love that.
Like, Seagrim was, I can't decide which was worse. Like, I think Seagrim for me at the time was like the hardest boss fight I think I'd ever experienced in a video game. Gunnar just felt like more. So by kind of, as much as I think Gunnar was maybe more difficult, Seagrim caused the most scarring. It was just this like challenge that I never felt was going to be beaten. And then it did. And then I ripped her wings off and did a victory dance. And now she works security.
The ultimate demotion.
Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. I'd like to say Bayonetta, but I think everyone will just call me a pervert and fair, because every once in a while, every once in a while, like there'd be a demon attack, or like someone would invoke some demons to try and steal my 150 million, and she'd get rid of them. Not only with the guns on her stiletto heels are phenomenal, brilliant. She the competence is clearly there, but every so often she'd also just like whip her hair at them, and at that point, rampant nudity, and it would just be a bit uncomfortable for everyone. So I don't think I'd beat the accusations. Similar vein, I think, like because it's a similar genre, and he's battle tested against demons as well as the living. Someone like Dante from Devil May Cry would be fine, would be good. But I think I'm going to go a bit left field. I'm going to go a little bit left field, and I'm going to say Blastoise.
Nice. I was hoping you'd say Squirtle Squad, but that's even better.
Yeah, but well, it starts with the Squirtle Squad, but just think like it's a bodyguard that's also your friend, that's also your mate. You've just, you've been with them through 3 evolutions, and like they've always
now he's bigger than you.
He's bigger than you. He's got cannons. He's got literal cannons coming out of his shell. He's just a boss. He's just an absolute beast. And yeah, if there's ever like, wouldn't need to worry about a hosepipe ban.
Hydration in general, like just in general.
Mad. Like if I ever take to the sea and found myself in a storm, he's just there with surf. Don't need a boat. Like we'd never need a bigger boat. Jaws can jog on. I've got Blastoise. I just, yeah.
Do you remember getting surfed for the first time in Pokemon Red and Blue and being able to go in the water?
Brilliant. Do you ever though? Actually, no. The weird one was, when you first get, because in the originals they changed it for Let's Go Pikachu. In the originals, they were all permanent, weren't they? And like you had to, if you gave someone a hidden machine like Cut or Surf, it was permanent. And Cut was so crap. You're like, okay, I've got to give this to a Pokemon I don't really like, or just this Farfetch'd that I found that's fairly useless, but can do this one thing. Can do this one. Whereas Surf was kind of badass.
Surf, Farfetch.
Yeah, Surf is actually useful and does 90 damage. So, yeah, man, Surf was good. Surfing up and down like the eastern coast to visit Cinnabar Island to get missing number. so you can get 99 rare candies.
I just have a vivid memory of using Lapras for surf,
just like Ash himself.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm cliche.
I mean, in many ways, right now, no one ever was.
That, by the way, was not planned, but I love that it's in the podcast.
I love it. Also, you just demonstrated there that it doesn't just have to be me that does the jingles, Jack. It could be you as well.
Yeah, but I'd like to keep it to just you, in truth.
Okay.
We'll see how I feel. I'm getting more comfortable in these scenarios. Like, the day is young. We shall see.
I love it. Rezi's put you in such a good mood that you legit started singing without any impetus. Brilliant.
So back to my colleague Darren, I'm not that joyless. Okay. I'm not that joyless. I am quite joyless, but there are moments of joy.
We've witnessed it. Anyone
There it is.
watching and listening to this has witnessed it.
Hell yeah.
Right, last question. Zoots, and it's a good one. It's a good one. Zoot Sax says, which console do you wish had survived and evolved and future versions were still being made?
Dreamcast all day. I loved my Dreamcast. I really did. Like, I had such a soft spot for that console. Sonic Adventure, when I had it for Christmas, bless as well. You know, like when your parents buy you a console. Like my grandparents bought me my Dreamcast, and they didn't know. Obviously, remember the little memory card for the Dreamcast? Yeah. But I didn't have one of those for Christmas, which nobody knew, obviously, because bless it, they didn't know. So I went with my Christmas money to Argos as soon as it was open after Christmas, and went and got myself a memory card. But I think between like Christmas and New Year, I played like Sonic Adventure because my parents weren't together, so I would go to my dad's a little bit between Christmas and New Year. So when I would come back to my mum's, then I would play, and I wouldn't have a memory card, so I'd play like 3 or 4 hours of Sonic Adventure and then have to start it again the next day. You know,
gaming Groundhog Day.
But like it was just the memory card came along and changed my life. But yeah, look, back to the question. I thought the Dreamcast was fantastic. I really did. I loved its design. I loved the little blue swirl. I had, I know it was cross-platform, but that's how I played Tony Hawk 1 and 2, was on my Dreamcast. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I loved 2. Like, 1 was fantastic, but I thought 2 was just like mind-blowingly good. Yeah, all in all, I just loved it, man. Like, and I was sad when that came to an end the way that it did.
Yeah. You just wonder what Sega would be coming up with now if they were still making consoles in 2025.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see how that looked. I really would.
The mind boggles.
Yeah, it does.
I never had a Dreamcast. I think the controller always put me off because it looked a bit like the Xbox original controller. It just looked completely unwieldy.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Like it was. I have no memories of it being like uncomfortable or anything. It was just like a good time.
I love that.
It was even better when it had a memory card in it, though. You know, when you could actually like save your game and then come back and like pick up where you left off. That was a vibe.
That was lovely. I remember one of my best mates at uni. I remember he came up with this idea of like, I'm going to build myself a budget arcade cabinet, and because we didn't have any money, but so he got like this wooden frame someone was just like throwing out, put a CR, like a really old CRT monitor in there, and then just a Dreamcast with light guns. just playing House of the Dead all the time.
I had House of the Dead too,
and it was the best.
Yeah,
it was the absolute best. That and like Panzer Dragoon Saga, it's absolutely mint.
I tell you what, man. Playing House of the Dead 2, even with the controller, was like wildly fun. When I would take it into the living room, you could play it on the TV, and the bigger TV, and it worked great. When I was trying to use it, when I was playing it on my little TV in the bedroom, it was a lot more difficult with the gun. It really wasn't playing ball all that well. So you would use it, but honestly, even playing House of the Dead 2 with the controller, epic. Like, take me back to the glory days, man. I still remember getting House of the Dead 2 with the gun. I still remember the box that I had for my birthday. Take me back.
Good times. What
the best of times.
What would mine be? What console do I wish? I feel like with the Nintendo Switch, we have gained this wonderful device, and Nintendo have brought the two halves of themselves together into this glorious whole. But I feel like we've lost something as well. Like the DS and the 3DS to me are two of the greatest consoles ever made. It's one of the reasons that I still have a massive soft spot. And I think we talked about this on the last podcast. A massive soft spot for the Wii U, because that second screen just allows you to do so much. Going back to RPGs, actually, having a second screen for inventory management and a little stylus. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like, I just think that the DS and the 3DS are the game library is almost unparalleled, basically. Like the
Agreed.
amount of bangers on those platforms. And I've got really fond memories of, this is way back at the beginning of my career, going out to Gamescom and covering it from like press side, because I was working for Hot UK Deals Games blog. And Street Pass, man, you are just running round with your handheld console, just rubbing it on people, like trying to get as many NFC like pings as you possibly can, trying to get as many friends in there as you possibly can. Like Street Passes, man. Like there were people we'd go meet. I remember moving into London in the like for the first time, and there was a little Nintendo subculture around Street Passes and the 3DS and the DS, and we guys sit in Hyde Park with people and you just trade Street Passes. Oh, this is brilliant. Amazing. Like I miss that, and I feel like obviously, Nintendo are going to do their thing, and we love them. Like for every weird, nonsensical decision, there's a genius one, it seems. But I'm sad that I don't think they ever struck out with a handheld. Like they were just all goated. Like even the 2DS, right? The slab, which looks a bit like a little slice of cheese or like a doorstop. It's ergonomic perfection. It's one of the most comfortable things to hold. And I was like, why on earth would you have this strange wedge? And then I held it and I was like, okay, get it. Yep. I'm sorry for doubting you, Nintendo, you absolute legends. But yeah, their mastery of handhelds. Obviously now it's being fed into the Switch, but I miss the dedicated smaller handheld, especially the 2-screen like DS and 3DS. I thought they were absolutely mint consoles. The game libraries were unparalleled, and I don't know, just kind of it makes me sad that we're not going to necessarily get that again. Never say never, of course, but like
no, I think that's as you rightly mentioned. You think of the evolution of it: Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, like the way in which it just grew and evolved. But as you say, all of those platforms had goated games. Like there was just fire on everything, and
whatever your genre as well. Like whatever you liked, there was something for you. Even if you didn't really play games, there was brain training. Goated.
Which my girlfriend used to have on she had a 2DS and she was 3DS. Either way, again, she's not much of a gamer, but she enjoyed brain training. Like it was one of those games that was just tapped into that wider audience brilliantly.
My mum played
Nintendo.
My mum, brain training and Professor Layton.
There it is.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Mum casually gaming, like, that's fire.
So yeah, I think for me, DS/3DS. Thank you, Zoot Sax, and thank you everyone who sent in questions. Apologies if we didn't get to yours. Don't worry, Jack and I are compiling the ones that we haven't gotten round to and saving them for what will probably be a December or January Q&A special. But do keep them coming in, and yeah, do check out our Twitter and Facebook channels in particular. On like a Monday, we usually canvass for questions there. But yeah, once again, thank you to everyone who's sent stuff in. Thank you to everyone who likes, comments, checks out all of our stuff on social. Thank you to everyone who buys from the Game Collection. We literally wouldn't be here doing this without you guys. So yes, and thank you if you're still listening to this podcast. We really, really, really appreciate you.
We really do appreciate you. We really do. Because as you've guessed by now, if you have seen a few of these episodes, this really is just two mates/colleagues just talking about stuff that they like. So yeah, we're having a great time. We hope you are too. And if you are enjoying it, let us know. Obviously, we are available also on Spotify as well now, and hopefully Apple Podcasts in the near future. So yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, for all of your physical gaming needs, check out
the Game Collection.
That's the one.
We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.